Well, we're over on the river this morning, over at Oxford. We fight the deer over here. Stand wasn't great because I kept eating it off. We got some Johnson grass. I don't know, let me see if I can zoom in. Got some crabgrass coming. So gonna get it cleaned up. Beans overall look pretty good here. Like I said, right here we had a lot of compaction issues. They built a little pond here and a creek crossing, so had some issues here and will have for a while. Bob's coming around, opening around on these beans. You see the Johnson grass between me and him. But he said the beans look pretty good. I just need to get them cleaned up. It's Sunday the August 18th or something.
Yeah, he built the blind, what, about 12 or 15 foot long?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 112 heat index. Bob's talking about a buddy's blind, the one that owns it. He built the new blind here. Can't really see it, but he's got a duck slough right there. We hunt it, but yeah, he said he wasn't going to complain about, nobody's going to complain about it being too small. So anyway, we're going to knock this place out and get home and probably call it a Sunday. We are just spraying glyphosate and AMS. About 80 pounds of AMS in that tank. 1,050 gallons all we put in there. There's just 65 acres over here. Spraying a quart of glyphosate and the AMS, and that's it. These are enlist beans, so I hope we're not got any dicamba in there. And it's long after the dicamba date, which personally I think they should outlaw. We planted dicamba beans for a few years. I don't know. I don't like the dicamba saturation in the atmosphere, and just not a fan of it. I'm sure we all have our opinions on that. Like I said, stand over here wasn't very good. And then the dang deer the deer over here, you can't pull in here without seeing a slow time would be 6, and I've seen 15 or 20 across this patch. Not sure what happened right there. Got a thin spot there, you can see. But hopefully they'll bloom hard and make up for it. They finally outgrew the deer. Let's see what we end up with. Alright guys, I'll bring you back. Morning guys, walking a little corn this morning. This corn had a major windstorm on it. Over 80 mile an hour we've heard. When it was young. I say young, it was big enough it worked it over pretty hard. Now we've got the tops broke out of it, which is not uncommon for our area. We've got some ears. Decent ears. I don't know about this, what this farm will make. Got some worm damage. Chintz bugs. The only thing. The worst thing about this farm is going to be stand. So I don't know what our stand is. Could be much better. Just grabbing a few ears. Take back and hand shell. I don't know. Obviously, is what it is. Looks pretty rough now because of the wind that broke the tops out, but monster here. I dropped my pick. So anyway, I'd hoped this farm would go 105. It would if the ear count's there. Alright, bring it back. Well, we had a little change of plans. This gal called and had 40 acres of hay. Getting pretty late in the year. Hay's going to be pretty light. But Bob told her that if she'd let us have it, or if we cleaned it up this year, we wanted it next year at least. She agreed to that. The positive is the guy that usually does the hay does her farm ground too. And they had a big falling out. Well, there's 40 acres of farm ground right here. So she pretty much told us we can have the farm ground when it comes up. We go right by here. Literally to our other fields, we go right by this one every time we. So we just will get to 40 acres of farm ground. And Bob could use the hay. So, as soon as we get this patch opened up, and Bob's got some stuff he's got to get done. Got a nephew that, excuse me, talked about coming over and running a swather. I don't know that he will. But we get it knocked down and then won't take long to dry, and Bob can get it baled. I'm probably going to try to pick some corn. It's the same day that we walked that corn that's got the broke out corn. Hand shelled those out, and the corn kernels are really heavy, so that may be the thing that saves us on that farm. We will know soon enough. Hand shelled, I got 15.4, I think, and then had I think 17. Mixed them and got a 16.2. Well, we can pick and dump at 15.6 with no dock. So I'm gonna shell. Yeah, I may cut a bin load, pick a bin load, and see what it does. No hurry on it. I've got some southwest or southeast about 25 miles. I'm 99% sure will run, no problem. It's droughted. I've talked about it, but I really don't want to start 25 miles from the house. You guys know how that gets. Any little problem you have, then you're 25 miles from the house. So I would like to get some of the bugs worked out prior to going that far. It's not wanting to zoom there, dude. So yeah, if we could pick this 80 up here by the house, then get things lined out and move on from there. I think it's going to be the top limits, but at least I'll know. Why he's sending them wads through there, so I can hear the conditioner from here. Said this hay got awfully dry. Should have been cut a month ago. Now he's backing up. I don't know what he's doing. Sure don't need to tear anything up. Now he shut it down. Not good. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Alright, got a spreader sensor lying to me, telling me it's not running. Took a couple moisture checks. It's between 15 and 17. That thing's lying. Gotta unplug it. Standing up in the bin a little bit. So we're gonna pick down to the end here. Do a couple samples. Probably just a skosh wet. That's the spreader sensor. I don't know what its problem is. We slowed the spreaders down for corn. I don't know if it's not detecting it fast enough or if I just need to unhook it for now. But alright, I'll bring you back. Good morning, fellas. It's Wednesday morning, August, right around the 19th, I guess, somewhere in there. We are headed down southwest of the home place, about 20 miles, 22 miles, and we're going to try some corn down there. The corn up at the house, gave it a day, went back, readjusted some deck plates, got a little shower, I mean just enough to settle the dust, cause a little problem for us. So anyway, I went ahead and picked down and back again on that 80. Had 350 bushel, and it tested 17.9. So a little damp up there. New GPS is working well. I was going to try to show you the road's a little narrow. That's what we like about cleaners. I think all the combines have probably caught up nowadays, but 24 and a half is pretty easy on the road. Check an intersection as we rip across. So anyway, we're about 1, 2, 3, 4 miles from the field. Got a pretty early start. I think it's about 8:15 now. Minimal dew last night, so anyway, we're gonna stick a head in down there, check the moisture on it, and if we can run down there, then we'll get the rest of the equipment down there. I didn't see any reason to pull down there if we weren't ready to go. Bob's out baling this morning that prairie hay that we swapped 2 days ago. He got an early start. I think he said he left the house at 5:15. It's an hour over there, so he's been baling over there a couple hours. He'll get that done. I don't know if we'll leave the tractor over there today so we can save time. If we can run, if we can pick down here, we may leave it over there. If we can't pick down here, obviously there's no sense in not getting some loose ends cleaned up. So, I'll bring you guys back when we get in the corn. Why was I off, fellas? It's the 21st of August, Wednesday. Alright, right up here, half, 3/4 of a mile. That's where we're going to be picking. Sorry guys, trying to get this opened up. I made 2 rounds around it. It's just a 19-acre patch, and then up and back on my second. Outside's got trees all the way around it. It's not good. Never is. Trees sap the moisture, as all you guys know, and deer pressure. So between those two things, you pretty well lose the outside round or 2. Yep, we're just getting rolling. Hard to tell what it's making because the outside rounds. Let the auto steer run the second pass, freeform the first pass, just so I could talk to you guys. Seems to be staying fairly close. And they say that, then it wants to wander. Pretty fair corn on this end. I'm not happy with the cob breakage. Not good. I've got my concave open to 13. And I cannot get them any bigger than that. I don't know if they're that brittle. We've got some butt shelling. I don't believe that's going out of the back. It seems to be more in the row. Yeah, it's not good. The moisture's 12. So, should have been down here a couple days ago. I don't know what to think. I'm 99% sure that stuff's not coming through the machine. I need to stop. See if it's behind the head. Or if it's, see if it's behind the head or it's coming out the sieve. Oh, I'd like to clean that up a little bit. Alright, I'll bring you guys back. Haven't taken much, guys. Back out. Anyway, haven't taken much. Been busy. We finished the field. It was 51 acres. It was in 3 patches. It didn't do so well. It's got trees on all sides of all 3 patches. So it is what it is. It's on top of the hill on this place. It's better than the other. I don't know. That other didn't do great. Didn't make 100. So anyway, it beat county average. I'm pretty sure of that. So it's pretty tough on that 50-some acres. Alright, fellas. What we got? Got that truck half full. And that's number, let's see, we cut 4 off that other place. That's the first one off of this place. Got one ear there. Can't miss that. Get off the phone here. Alright. Got my hands full. Thought I shut it off. It's back on. You guys are back with me. Hard to crowd it very much in this. A lot of leaves. A little bit droughted. Heads want to bunch up a little bit. Alright, I'll bring it back. The corn that still had some moisture. We just run out. It's a little damp, but it'll mix in. Bottom down through, right through here.
I don't see it at the top, Bob.
One more quick check-in, fellas.
Yeah, it's about the top of the order, looks like.
About 9:30. And we're just about to quit. We picked 5 semi-loads off of this place. Almost 4 off the other one. About 9 today. And the corn just isn't what we thought. Like I said, these farms that we're picking now are dry, and there's a reason they're dry. The moisture's running anywhere from 11 to 13 is the high. But anyway, it's what it is. The test weight's good. And I think the lightest load we had was 58.8. Had some crowding 60. See there, it's crowded. Fixing to go into a bottom here in a minute. Gets to be 10 foot tall. And as I stated earlier, just ran out of moisture. Pretty common around here. We don't have a 79 bushel county average for no reason. We've got a quarter county east of here. Their county average is like 112, which isn't great, but it's better than our county average. So here the corn gets pretty good. Much better, I should say. See some green in that yet, meaning it hung on, and pretty good corn. Alright fellas, I may have enough just to fill on there. Hopefully we'll get into some good corn. Get into some good corn in a couple days. We've got one more quarter after this one that we know is terrible, terrible. Didn't pollinate, tried to pollinate in the heat. It's not good.
Do you want me to go ahead and dump or wait?
Go ahead and dump it.
We've got
Well,
two.
there's not near as much as usually in there.
We've got 280s up north. We know are pretty good. We got a
You got more on than you did last time.
quarter north of here that's pretty good. And then we got the quarter at Oxford we know is good. So I don't know if they're good enough to drag these averages up, but we'll hope so. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go. Have a good evening.